Hey everyone, welcome back to the Archangel 15. Today I wanted to do a short presentation on why paint is so expensive. I also wanted to throw in one of my painting tips for you as well. The reasons are somewhat self-evident, but also very complex. It wasn't until recently that I had a couple of objects that are somewhat ceremonial that I wanted to put a stain on or something, and I don't want it to be chemical based for various reasons, like at the core of karma, I guess you could say, karmic energy. And anyhow, when you take it, any pigments, so like whatever color you want to obtain, think about how you would actually go about doing it. So let's say red, blood red crimson. You obviously can't use blood, it would dry up to be brown. You go out and try to get some flowers, and what are you going to do to dry them up? They're not going to be beautiful bright red anymore. And then it's the application is very susceptible to failing. If you have something outside, it's exposed to the elements, the weather. It's very, very, very difficult to get it to adhere for a prolonged period of time, when, especially like in areas where I'm from, where you have 4 seasons and extreme temperature variances. Anyhow, so I have kind of a challenge for you. So you have the modern times, like I'm not even taking it back to the old times where they had very few things and had to go on a horse to get everything and so forth. But you have the entire internet. You can get whatever you want. You have the like I said, unlimited funds. Go ahead and, like I said, make me a gallon of orange paint or yellow paint or green paint. Like I said, what would you even go about to do it? I've talked in the past about the book The Body Electric. They talk in there in the beginning about how scribes and royalty and kings would hire alchemists, or kings and royalty would hire scribes and alchemists to attempt to get the brightest color blue that you could possibly obtain. Like they had this oyster blue. If you get a clamshell and look at the base of it, there's this color that's in between black and blue. It's like a purple, really, really amazing color. I guess they would grind them down sometimes. But I mean, it's one thing to get the color. It's another thing to get a lot of it. And you'd have to have enough to paint a huge area. It'd be a huge, arduous process. I remember my shop teacher here where I went to school, I think his name is Mr. Wasco. He said 2 things in construction you don't go cheap on. One is plumbing products. Anything related to plumbing, you don't want to go chintzy on. Number 2 is exterior paint. And I kind of concur with this. With everything today, especially being exposed to petrochemical stuff, you don't really want to do that any longer than you have to, or even put anybody else in that situation for that matter. So yes, like I said, it's very, very interesting. I really believe that that's why, a lot of it is the petrochemical stuff, like I said, and a lot of it is the pigments. And like I said, I don't even know where you would get this stuff. I'm a pretty intelligent person and could tell you the answer to almost anything. Like right now, I'm working on cemented steric goat stuff, and I'm actually pretty close to almost figuring something like that out. Really, really bizarre stuff that you would never even dream of figuring out, I figured out. And this is one of the things that are very difficult. A little trick I've learned is instead of using paint, which is kind of like an enamel over something, especially this is for metal, this trick, is to use wood stain. They don't have, I think it's Minwax brand, the popular home improvement retailer, but this black wood stain, I'm not sure what sheen this is, but like I said, if you put it on, it coats amazing, spreads really, really beautiful, and it lasts a long time. I'll show you a few things here that I've used it on, just simple objects. Like I said, I mean, use this at your own discretion. I wouldn't go put it on some high dollar stuff, but something that you want to experiment on, it's worth a try. This swastika looking was found in Ukraine approximately 9,000 years ago. The first symbol of the swastika. It dates back to 9,000 years ago. I think they found it on a bowl or a spoon. It has nothing to do with Hitler. It has nothing to do with hate. It has to do with basically, it's like the yin and the yang, like the rotating forces, or positive and negative energy essentially, or male and female energy, or the white and the black, or think of it ones and zeros, like binary code or something like this. And here, I'll show you a table that I did here. This was 2 years ago I did this, but you can see it actually etches to the metal, cover it like paint. It actually bonds to it, very similar to a gun bluing process, or something like that. I'll show you this grill. I did this this is a grill belonged in the trash a long time ago. I threw some stain on it and it looks pretty good, still works. So it's not broken, but you can see here, no rust. Anyhow, but yeah, like I said, I gave you a challenge. Okay, you have unlimited funds, you have the entire internet, and like I said, what do you even do to begin to make a gallon of paint? And how many times would you have to make that gallon of paint before it would actually work and not fail to the standards of modern paints that we have today? I don't like paying a lot for things, but I totally believe that it's somewhat justifiable as to why paint is the price that it is. I hope you enjoy my presentations here on the Archangel 15. Probably going to do another one of my weekly reviews coming, or my weekly reports coming up. Out of all the things that I've done innumerable presentations that could have easily gotten me killed. The weekly reports, I think I'm going to hit huge pushback with, because I plan to use my Alchemy and combine Alchemy with essentially combine it with modern news feeds that are already out there. Either tell you things that you're not being told, or tell you the truth, or other things. And this is a huge threat. Essentially, there's a group of Zionist scum that absolutely hate anybody that comes out and says that they know anything about, knows anything for certain, or knows anything on their own right, especially when it comes to financial stuff. They'd be really pissed if I started showing you charting stuff of commodities and macroeconomic stuff. They would really not like that. There's other things that I could do that can piss them off, and at this point, that's really what this is all about. They pissed me off, and I see myself winning every day. I have an amazing feeling lately that something really amazing is going to happen to me, and I'm going to get out of here, and I think the world is going to rejoice, and everything is going to be good. We just got to get rid of the evil white people, the old evil white men, limp dick Freemasons. They got to go, and other people as well. I'm not going to name too many names here, but keep watching my channel and you'll get the truth. I have over 200 presentations that I'm very proud of. Like I said, immense work that I poured into this, my heart and my soul. When everybody else was out on their dates Friday nights, I was trapped and a slave. Now it's my turn, and I want out, and I want to enjoy my life. These people got caught with their hand in the pot, and do you think I'm going to let them go? Absolutely not. These people are evil scum, and they need to go to one place, and that is the pits of Hades. You take care, folks. God bless. Praise be to Allah, God, Jehovah, Tetragrammaton, Elohim. God has many names, but we have one God.